Hello, this is Crazy Horse coming to you from Bangkok. It's the middle of the night, as you can see out here. Something came across my Instagram feed today that I thought was very curious, which I want to share with you, which is supposedly LA Mayor Karen Bass, an audio recording of her on a telephone call, it sounds like, or a Zoom call, discussing the LA fire, and it sounds like the LA fire before it happened. Now, I can't authenticate this audio. I don't know where it came from. But what I do know, and what has been established and authenticated, is that she's been in this far left-wing communist group that meets in Cuba two or three times a year. And she's been in that for 20 years. She's been an officer of it.
It appears to be 3 to 4 decade history of being an admirer of the Castro regime. It started as a student. It continued during her time in its government. And even up until her time here in Congress, she frequently visited the island, both as a part of these Venceremo brigades that were there to participate in the revolution and be helpful to it. And as recently as a few years ago, this is about her. It's about her long track record. And frankly, she would be the highest profile Castro sympathizer we have ever had at any level of American government.
But what I'm wondering is, did she know about the fires before they happened? Was this planned? And again, I can't prove anything. I'm not making an accusation. I'm asking questions so that all of us can work together to find the answers about this. Who put her into power? Who backed her campaign? Who got her into the mayor position? Is it some kind of left-wing conspiracy? Is it some kind of communist conspiracy? Is this some 15-minute city thing? Some stupid idea about destroying one of the most beautiful neighborhoods in Los Angeles, the Pacific Palisades, not to mention Altadena up in the hills. Beautiful single-family homes. And on this call, they're talking about population density and how two families are living in one apartment. So to their twisted minds, is their goal to destroy single-family homes and beautiful communities like the Palisades and bring in low-cost multifamily housing, low rent, turn it into a low-rent district for underprivileged people, and take away the homes of the people who've worked hard their whole lives to earn the money to buy those homes. I don't know. I'm not saying it's what it is, but it sounds like it. If you listen to it, they're talking about population density, and don't worry, she says, if it's her, something's coming. So this is supposedly a couple days before the fires. This call or whatever it is was recorded.
The situation is very dangerous, and I will take the criticism before I do a publicity stunt. And frankly, a press conference at this point in time would just be publicity.
I think
the
neighbors, the property owners,
yeah,
and the residents. I mean, 41,000 people live within a square mile here.
yeah.
Two families share a one-bedroom apartment.
But they want to hear that something is going to be done.
They want to know it's
And
recognized.
when?
But they
And
want to know
when?
it's recognized.
Exactly. But if I have a choice between that and compromising something, I just have to go along with it. It's not my area of expertise. I want to make sure that you are safe. And hopefully you can read in between the lines. But I would just appreciate and it's hard for me to tell you this, but hold tight. You will understand soon.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
And when I am able to talk, I will be happy to go into great detail.
Okay. And you've got me on the street, and you're welcome to call me at any time. I'll call you right back.
No problem. And just in terms of my trip, just so you know, I'm missing 2 work days. That's it. And if President Biden extends me an invitation.
Again, I don't know all the answers. I can't authenticate it. But what I do know is we need to start asking questions. It's no longer good enough for us to be electing our representative officials in our representative so-called democracy and forgetting about everything and going on with our lives and seeking pleasure and seeking comfort and eating and drinking and watching football and having a good time, and expecting that these rich people that we put into positions of power are going to take our tax money and do the right things with them that benefit the community, that benefit all of us, and protect our assets and our homes. Apparently that's not happening anymore. It's like the Seaside Community, I think was the name of the condo in South Florida, where people have been paying into this HOA for 20 years, assuming that the HOA representatives that they elected are taking that money and doing the maintenance they need to do. And then all of a sudden the building collapses and something like 80 or 90 people were killed. And now every building in Florida has to have their building inspected, and years of mismanagement and lack of maintenance has been discovered, and people are losing their homes.
Hundreds of possible failure initiation points in the structural and geotechnical elements.
They say narrowed down to about 24 failure hypotheses. One of the most likely scenarios is the pool deck slab column connections.
Protection, the concrete provides the rebar is compromised by cracking, resulting in corrosion.
Pointing out a history of water leaking into the garage and around the pool. Investigators also believe the columns along the south edge of the tower are another likely initiation point for the collapse. But everything they've discovered and reported so far subject to change as this investigation moves forward.
All over South Florida because of it, in old condo buildings that haven't been maintained. Because we have this mentality, you and I, just pay the fee, pay your $500 a month or whatever it is, HOA fee, elect your representatives to the state and federal government, and they'll take care of everything. Just pay your taxes and go back to seeking comfort, seeking fun, drinking beer, going to watch football. It's not going to work anymore. Okay, we have to take responsibility for our communities. We have to take responsibility for our governments. That's what a democracy or a representative form of government is supposed to be. We don't have that anymore. We're not engaged. We're not taking care of it. We don't know what the HOA is doing. We don't know what the government's doing. When these people come in and do whatever they have in their insane ideas of how they want to run the place, not what the community that elected them wants, to protect their assets, to protect their homes and their businesses and their families. The Department of Education is not taking care of educating our children, which is why I do homeschool. The FDA is not protecting us. They're not protecting us from shots that our kids shouldn't have, that we shouldn't have, or food that we shouldn't be putting in our mouths. We have to take back ownership of it. We have to take responsibility. We have to work together as communities, as counties, states, federal governments. I mean, that's why I'm in Thailand. Been here for 3 years now, trying to escape the madness in America. But it's not a whole lot better anywhere else. I mean, I'm not going to put down the place I live because I'll lose my visa. But this is global. This is a global problem. It's not just the U.S. The U.S. is the media center of the world, so we see it. Everybody sees it. But it's our responsibility. We have to take back control of our lives and our governments and our HOAs and our homeowners associations and our state and local governments. We're not doing that. It's our fault. It's our responsibility. So we can't let companies and governments hire people based on skin color or on gender. It's insane. We have to hire the best and the brightest people we can find to do the job that they're a person capable of doing the job they're hired to do. We have to know what they're being paid. We have to have oversight of our government. Just like we have to have oversight if we live in a condo building. We have to know that money is being spent properly, that maintenance is being done, so we don't get a $250,000 bill after paying the maintenance fee for 20 years. And we have to move out of our condo because and you can't sell it because nobody wants to buy it. Same thing's happening in our government right now. I don't know what the agenda is, if it's the World Economic Forum, if it's the United Nations, if it's the George Soros of the world, the Bill Gates. I have no idea. Again, this is just a discussion. It's an idea. It's for educational purposes. I don't know the answers, but we have to find them out together, collectively. And we have to start taking care of our own business. We can't count on people to do it. Of course, I can't do a video in Bangkok without a siren going by, even if it's 2 in the morning. So take a listen to this audio. Let me know what you think. Let me know in the comments if you think this is genuine. Of course, if you're liberal, it's fake. This can't be a setup. These fires couldn't be planned. The lack of water couldn't be planned. It's all coincidence. Like I said, this is just a discussion, just for educational purposes, for entertainment. This is Crazy Horse. Thanks for listening.